pressure and the tempo, and they took advantage of our foul trouble. So they played a good game tonight, and you know, obviously if you look at any stat book and see that we had 29 turnovers, put them to the free throw line 27 times, you would have thought that we would have lost by 30. And so there's some positives to take out of the game, that we killed them on the boards, that we did make some plays at different junctures, but the reality of it is you're not beating anybody with 29 turnovers.
Was Chaz out of control even when he wasn't in the game?
A little bit. I thought they did a good job of speeding him up. Listen, I want him to play fast. I want him to push as fast as he can, but I thought at times he was a little out of control, and it's still, he's still learning and trying to get better. I think he's still maturing and figuring out what we need him, and it's different. Honestly, it's different on the road, especially against a team that's playing four guards. So I'm just trying to, I'll spend some time watching tape with him, and hopefully we can continue to improve.
Obviously, all the fouls hurt, but it seemed like this was a game that was kind of made for Terrell. And did losing?
Well, he had 6 points. He had 6 points in the first 4 minutes, and was 3 for 3 from the field. And I thought losing him was probably maybe almost as big as Chaz, but. Listen, this is the hand we have. I'm not a bellyache or a guy who makes excuses. I just think we do have to figure out ways to win when our bench is depleted and we have foul trouble where Chaz has to come out of the game. And the only way I think you can figure that out is by having these situations come up.
What kind of battle is going on? You put Chaz in the 16 minutes left still, and he's got 4 fouls. I mean, how much did you battle?
I mean, you battle still being in the game versus not having a chance, and so. Sometimes as a coach you go with your instincts and your gut, and I just thought we needed him in the game because we couldn't get the ball over half court for a few minutes there, and I was putting some guys in unfair positions, and so I actually went with quite a few guys with 4 fouls there in the second half. Really, there weren't many other guys on the bench to put in, and I thought we needed a few of the older guys out there.
Is this a lesson for the game? I mean, you're going to get games like this on the road. You know, the turnover, the flow isn't going quite the way you want, the fouls. Is this a lesson for your young team?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's a lesson other than that's just the way it is. I mean, you're going to have a little hostility in the crowd. I thought the game got a little chippy at a couple different junctures, and I thought they really tried to be physical and take Chaz out of the game. So it's a lesson. But I think there's, we're close to having enough lessons. Maybe a few more here and there. But I'd like for the guys to just play and figure it out on the fly.
How about Sean plays? I mean, to play the amount of minutes that he did in that pace and put up the numbers that he did.
No, Sean's been great. I mean, he does it without really getting a lot of touches. He works his tail off in practice. He's on the front of the press. And I've been more and more impressed with his presence, which, people had questioned in the past, just his presence alone. And I think he's really stepped up and has a presence on the floor and doing a good job scoring and also rebounding.
Did Duquesne basically do what you were expecting, or did they do anything that you weren't expecting?
No, they played like they've played. And I was concerned a little bit because they're playing 4 guards. They were running around and trapping and doing some different things. And we didn't really get into their style, but I also thought we never got into UMass style. They had us on our heels a little bit, and we didn't press as much because every time we did, they shot a layup. So I pulled off that a little bit.
Did some of the fouls frustrate you? You had a couple over the backs and reach-ins on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I was frustrated, definitely. I thought we committed too many offensive fouls. I think it was 8 when I was counting them. I had 7 or 8. Those are a turnover, a foul on your guy, and on a couple of them, potential baskets. And so those were the ones that I was a little bit, I guess, disheartened with, or I thought were, tough calls for us.
Thanks.
Thank you.